It's day 2 of our yoga challenge to overcome burnout. Today we're going to focus on strength, the strength that comes from being challenged. When you do hard things, whether you chose the challenge or it was your circumstances, you gain strength. And sometimes, especially in difficult times, you need to be reminded of the strength that you've built up, that you can pull on the strength when you need it. Today, we're going to build some strength. We're going to breathe right into the center of our core where we harbor all of our strength and where we pull that support from. So the first thing we're going to do is start with our 3-part breath. You can place one hand on your belly and one on your chest. As you breathe that air right into the lower part of your belly so your bottom hand pushes out. Exhale fully, feeling the air release from your lungs out through your nose. Inhale down to your belly and expand your rib cage. Exhale, bringing your rib cage back together, loosening your belly. Inhale, breathe into your belly, your ribs, and then lift the chest. So exhale, release the air from your chest, your ribs, and then your belly. Take a few more breaths here at your own pace. Breathing that air right into your center. Stoke the fire in your belly. Let it remind you of who you are and how strong you are. We're going to move into tabletop position. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, lower belly tucked in. We're going to start with our balancing table. So left arm and left leg come straight out from the body. Keep your core nice and tight as you lift. If your balance is a little bit challenged by this, you may want to start with just your leg or just your arm, and that's okay. And continue to alternate sides. So lift the arm up so it frames your ear, and the leg comes straight back behind you. Keeping that core tight the whole time. We're warming up those abdominal muscles. We can work them a bit today. Focusing on building strength, building our core. These are the things that we need to keep us steady when we're in turbulent times. Take your knees wide on the mat, sink your hips back into child pose. Those arms come fully extended above your head, framing your ears, your arms, letting your heart melt into the mat. So you start to come up, curl your toes under. And we're going to press back into dog. So you can bend your knees a little for this first one, pedal your feet out a bit if you need. To get warmed up. This is the first one for this session. Walk your feet forward into a forward fold. Hands come onto your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take a step back and come down. Chaturanga. Elbows stay tucked to your chest. Chest lifts up. Mini cobra. Back down. Curl your toes. Press back into dog. I'm going to step forward with the right foot. Up between your hands. Coming into a low lunge. So left knee comes to the ground. If you need, you can put a blanket underneath the knee if it's sore. Start by bringing your hands up to your knee. And then you're going to reach overhead once you find your balance. This can be a bit tricky, so feel free to stay with your hands on your knees. Making sure that that front leg, the knee, is not coming over top of the toes. Keep it nice in line with the ankle. Come back down to the ground. Step back into dog. We're going to switch over to the left here. So you're going to step forward with your left foot up between your hands, taking the right knee down to the mat. Pull your thighs in towards each other, keeping your hip bones facing the short end of your mat. As you reach up, keep your shoulder blades down the back. Back, hands to the mat, press back into dog. Now walk forward into a forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, back to dog. Move forward into a plank. So let your hips sink down as you come over your arms, keeping a nice straight line. Pressing through the base of the first finger. Staying nice and strong through the core. Back into dog. Step up with the right foot. We're going to high lunge this time. So again, you can stay here with the hands on the knees. You can reach up overhead to find your balance. Keep your hip bones pointing towards the short end of your mat. Keep your thighs engaged. The inner thighs pressing towards each other. Down to the mat, back into dog. Now step forward with the left foot, onto high lunge on the left. And straight up, arms up overhead. Challenging our balance just a little bit here, strengthening the legs. Stretching through the hips. This is where we hold most of our tension when we have family or relationship tension, is in through the hips. Hands back to the mat. Press back into dog. And walk your feet forward. Hands to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop And exhale, fold. Inhale, step back. If you're having trouble with the chaturanga, put your knees down first. Knees, chest. Lift the chest for cobra. Press back into dog. We're going to come into a side plank. So right arm comes right underneath the shoulders, making a nice T shape. Come onto the short edge of your foot, the outside edge. You can stack them on top of each other. I like to keep mine one in front of the other. We're going to switch sides here. Again, stack so that your wrist and your shoulder are in line. If this is even challenging, you can take that top foot and step it forwards so it gives you a little bit more support. Hands back to the mat. Press back into dog. Walk your feet forward into a forward fold. Hands to your shins, halfway lift, and fold forward. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press back. Chaturanga. Inhale, big cobra. Exhale, press back into dog. Bring your knees down. Take them nice and wide. And press your hips back into child pose. It's a nice relaxing pose after you've done all of that work. You've worked hard today. We're coming into the last little section. Cool down a little bit. Come up from child's pose. You're going to swing your legs around the left to come into lying on your back. Keep your knees bent, feet on the mat. You're going to bring them in towards your bottom, arms out in a T, and you're going to let your knees drop to the right side. The supine spinal twist. And take your gaze to the opposite side, allowing that twist to come through your spine. Shoulder blades are staying stuck to the mat. Bring your knees back up. You're going to switch sides, so let them drop to the left. Your head can turn towards the right, switching your gaze. Bring your knees back up to center. As your arms come down by your sides, bring your heels in as close to your bottom as you can get them. Tuck your tailbone down so your back's flat against the mat. And press your hips up to the ceiling to bridge pose. Keep your thighs pressed together, knees facing forwards. Your neck should be relaxed. The weight's pressing through your shoulder blades, not your neck. Lower your hips down. Extend your legs out. Let everything relax. And melt into our mats for the last portion for Savasana. The most important part of the class. You need this rest time. As you relax, focus on your breath. Feel your strength grow. Remember just how much you know. Whatever it is that you're worried about, that you're struggling with right now, you know the answer. You know what the next right step is for you. Trust that you have the wisdom and the strength to make that next step. Trust your decision. Trust your gut. And pull on that strength that you've developed to see it through. You can stay here for as long as you like. Just focusing on your breath. When you're ready, you can roll onto your left side. Take your time before you come back up to sitting. I'm so proud of all of you today. You should be proud of yourselves. I'm so glad that you took out the time for you today and that you joined me to do it. With love and light. Namaste.